Imagine waking up and realizing that everything around you, the sky, the ground, even the very fabric of existence, isn't as solid as you once believed. What if reality isn't a rigid structure, but something fluid, shaped entirely by your perception? The obstacles you think hold you back, the boundaries you assume are real, even the past you believe is set in stone. What if they were all part of a dynamic, ever-shifting design? The only thing anchoring this version of reality in place is your unwavering belief in it. The world appears to follow certain rules, but those rules exist only because you accept them as unchangeable. They are not permanent. They bend and transform based on how you perceive them. If you begin to question what seems fixed, you'll notice the illusions start to unravel. Both science and ancient spiritual teachings reveal the same truth. You are not merely experiencing reality, you are actively creating it. You are not a spectator in a predetermined story, you are the author shaping every page. The way you think about the world directly influences what unfolds within it. If reality functions like a simulation, then your beliefs act as the programming language that determines how it operates. What you accept as real becomes real, not because it was always that way, but because your mind holds it as truth. The external world is not separate from your consciousness, it reflects it. The key to transformation isn't found in forcing change, but in shifting the way you see and feel about your reality. The moment you stop accepting limits as absolute, they begin to dissolve. Reality is not something happening to you, it is something responding to you. At the smallest level of existence, particles don't behave in fixed ways. They exist in endless possibilities until they are observed. Reality forms in response to your attention, much like a video game generating new scenes only when the player looks in that direction. The world isn't a rigid structure. It is a fluid, responsive system that shifts according to the awareness that interacts with it. And that awareness, your awareness, is more powerful than you've been led to believe. Science only continues to confirm this idea. Quantum mechanics shows that the act of observing influences reality. The universe behaves more like a hologram than a solid structure, and theories suggest that reality itself is shaped by those who experience it. This leads to a surprising realization. Matter is not the foundation of existence. Consciousness is. Reality doesn't simply unfold on its own. It responds to awareness, much like a simulation that adjusts based on the player's choices. Your mind doesn't just interpret reality, it creates it. But if reality is like a program, then where does the code come from? The answer lies within the subconscious. Every belief, expectation, and assumption forms the script that dictates what shows up in your world. What you accept as true becomes the framework for your experience. Yet, most people never question the system running in the background of their minds. They accept beliefs given to them by family, society, and past experiences. They live within a script they never wrote, unaware that it can be changed. But once you recognize that belief is an active force, you can start rewriting the code. Whatever you expect, consciously or subconsciously, shapes what unfolds around you. If you anticipate struggle, you'll keep encountering it, not because of fate, but because your inner programming repeats the same pattern. On the other hand, those who trust in their success often see the world shifting to match their certainty. The subconscious works like an automatic system, following the instructions it has been given. If left unchecked, it will keep producing the same results. But when you change the script, when you shift your beliefs, your external world begins to shift with you. Reality bends not to luck, but to the mind that directs it. Neville Goddard once said, "Feeling is the secret." This is more than just thinking positively. The subconscious mind doesn't respond to words alone. It follows deep emotions and unwavering certainty. If someone wants wealth, but constantly feels like they don't have enough, their reality will keep reflecting that lack. The key isn't just repeating affirmations, but fully feeling and embodying the state of already having what is desired. Just like a video game character must meet certain conditions to unlock a new level, your consciousness must align with the reality you wish to experience before it can appear in your life. Those who transform their world don't just hope for change, they mentally and emotionally live as if the change has already happened. The subconscious mind doesn't separate imagination from reality. What is deeply felt becomes the foundation of perception. This explains why placebos work, why visualization can shape outcomes, and why expecting failure often brings failure. Reality does not exist separately from belief. It mirrors it. A movie projector cannot display an image that isn't already on the film, just as the external world cannot contradict what the subconscious holds as true. Those who understand this principle don't wait for proof before believing. They believe first, and the proof follows. Rewriting your reality isn't about wishful thinking. It requires intentional effort. It takes repetition, strong emotion, and full commitment. Change doesn't happen instantly or effortlessly, but once it takes root, it is absolute. Every shift in belief reshapes the outer world to match it. This isn't magic, it's simply how reality works. The real question is not whether this process is real, but whether one is willing to apply it. Whatever you emotionally engage with, you reinforce. Whether it's limitations or possibilities, reality will reflect it back to you. The simulation doesn't judge whether something is wanted or unwanted, it simply reflects whatever holds the most focus. This is why mastering your reaction is key. Non-reaction isn't about indifference, it's about control. When you withdraw energy from what you don't want, it loses power and fades away. This is why spiritual masters throughout history have taught detachment. From Stoicism to Zen Buddhism, ancient wisdom has emphasized that true strength lies in not being controlled by external events. The moment something no longer stirs an emotional response in you, it begins to dissolve. This idea is seen in lucid dreaming. Once the dreamer realizes they are dreaming, the world within the dream becomes flexible. The same is true in waking life. When the mind stops reacting as if trapped by limitations, those limitations start to break apart. The more you attach yourself to an outcome, the harder it becomes to achieve. People who chase success, love, or wealth with a sense of urgency often find it slipping further away. Why? Because desperation signals lack. The real key is to step into the feeling of already having what you desire, while remaining calm, even when the physical world has yet to catch up. Reality cannot help but shift to match this inner certainty. One of the biggest illusions of this experience is linear time. The future isn't determined by the past, it's shaped by the present. Every possible outcome already exists, waiting for you to step into alignment with it. You don't move through time, you move through different states of being. Who you are in this moment determines what unfolds next. Those who understand this don't wait for proof before believing. They believe first, and the world rearranges itself in response. Those who transform their reality do not wait for proof, they become the proof. They assume the mindset and emotions of the person they wish to be, and their subconscious mind accepts it as fact. Once this happens, reality has no choice but to reflect it. This is how people achieve what seems impossible. It's why some defy all odds, and why certainty in a vision can turn dreams into reality. The mind does not work through chance or probability, it works through selection. Reality doesn't unfold randomly, it aligns with what is most deeply believed. Understanding this changes everything. No longer is life something that simply happens to you. It is an interactive system responding to your internal state. The moment your beliefs shift to match a new reality, the world reshapes itself to fit that vision. But just knowing this isn't enough. Real transformation happens when you live from this truth. It's about fully embodying the conviction that reality follows belief. Limitations only exist as long as they are accepted. The instant you stop believing in them, they lose their grip. Nothing is truly fixed, everything is fluid, adaptable, and ready to change. What once seemed impossible becomes inevitable when you rewrite the script. The real question isn't whether you can change your life. The real question is, what reality will you choose to believe in?